My name is Michael Rising, and I'm currently a cold case investigator with the Walton County Sheriff's Department. The case we're going to profile today is the disappearance and assumed homicide of Howard Brown. Howard Brown was a resident of Walton County. August 7th, 1986, Howard disappears. He was an employee of the city of Monroe, a maintenance worker, and a fellow worker came by his house to pick him up one morning, and the front door was open, and Howard's half a can of beer and Howard's cigarettes and cigarette lighter were sitting there next to his favorite chair, and Howard was gone, and his wife was gone at the time also. And it later comes out Howard had a drinking problem, and he had lost his driver's license, and he would get on a bender and drink heavily, and his wife would take off for a few days till he calmed down. And the case was initially investigated by the city of Monroe, and they actually initiated a case. He didn't become a missing person for several weeks. A neighbor noticed a man entering the Brown residence early one morning and called the police, and when the police arrived, they found this individual in somewhat of a compromising position with Mrs. Brown. With the boyfriend-wife situation, investigators, those folks are going to be suspects, and obviously. There also was word that came out around town. There were several other folks that had it in for Howard Brown, and it was investigated fairly heavily for about 9 months with nothing coming to fruition. The wife and the boyfriend were ultimately confronted and refused to take a polygraph, and the case pretty much ground to a halt at that point. There was also some leads that came in that indicated he had upset a few other family members on the other side of his family, and they may have, the word was they may have hauled him off and chopped him up and threw him in a hog pen. There's a hog farmer out in the south end of the county that there are notorious rumors that there were bodies that were chopped up and thrown in this hog pen because the hogs would eat anything. The only photograph we have is of him when he was in the 5th grade. But there are leads outstanding. It's fairly obvious to the folks and myself who are looking into this. There are people out there that know what happened to Howard Brown.
If you have any information about this or any of the cold cases, contact homicide investigator Michael Rising at the Walton County Sheriff's Office. All calls are confidential.
Hello, I'm Walton County Sheriff Joe Chapman. In the following weeks, we're going to present cold cases to you that have occurred in Walton County. If you have any information or know of anything that could be of help to us, please don't hesitate to contact us at the Walton County Sheriff's Office or contact Investigator Mike Rising. Thank you.